Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's the old guy Jack again. I'm down here in my basement, and it's not warm down here, I guarantee you, but it's a lot warmer than it is in the unheated substitute for a garage that I've got. So, I'm back on trying to put this thing together. I don't have the parts, all of them yet, but I want to get this engine put together. I'm going to use the partially stripped out nut that I have for this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. How about that? There seems to be enough light on it, and we need to replace this nut because half of the threads on the old one were stripped out, and it's not a standard thread pitch. So I ordered a couple of more. They don't carry them in the local hardware store. Then I need to do some sandblasting on the cylinder and the head and get those cleaned up and get a coat of paint on them. My research says that both should be black, of course, high temperature paint. All right, well, there's half of the case, the outside case. There, over there, let's go see. Is the cylinder and head all painted up nicely. So we made a little progress today. There's a reverse view of the cover. It's a sloppy paint job, but it looks better than it did. Well, let's see if we can clean this up a little bit and get some paint on this side. Definitely gonna have to take it off. Let's see if we can get them out now. I think they're stainless. Not all of them. And that's gone, and that's gone. So we got just one to get out. And that's that. Okay, so this should be ready to come off. I'll leave the gasket behind, hopefully. All right, let's take it over to the painting area. Let's see what, there's some letters in here. Oh, I see, 0.7 liters. What I need to do is cover up or take off this line going here, and I think I'll take it off. There was no copper washer on that banjo bolt over there, and I don't think there's one on this one either. So we're going to have to check the parts diagram, and I bet there's supposed to be one. Alright, that's off and out of the way. So that should make that easier. Let's go over this one more time. Well, that looks better already. There's only one coat on it, so we'll have to get another coat on it. And that's a semi-gloss, they call it, I think. So that should look pretty good. And then we'll get that all put back together. But right now, I'm going to go out and have a cup of coffee. Well, folks, this little Kawasaki G4TR is going to fight me all the way. I was getting ready to put it back together and put the engine back in the frame, and I had to start by putting the piston back in. Now the piston's in pretty good shape. It's not bad. The rings were good. It actually ran pretty good. But as I was putting the pin back in the piston, I looked at it a little closer. I didn't really look at it that close when I pulled it out. And you can see right about down here. Wait, can I get my finger in there? Right about there. There's a ridge where the bearing has worn into the piston pin. And while it would probably be okay, then again, it might not be okay. And I might end up throwing a rod or something. I don't know, probably not, but I'm not going to take a chance on it. So I went online and I ordered a complete piston set. New bearing, new piston, new rings. Figured I might as well do it right. And new clips, everything. Trouble is, it's coming from Singapore. They gave me a possible delivery date of March 4th, and today is, what, the 26th of January? So that's a little over a month away. So I won't be back till then, I guess. Since I've got to wait maybe a month for the new piston pin and bearing and piston, actually the whole piston set I bought, I decided I would probably just go ahead and put this back together. And wait for the parts to get in. Let's see what we got here. All right, well, it's starting to look like an engine again, I guess. All right, the most complicated part of putting this back together, I want to get it all ready to put the piston back on and the carburetor in and all that stuff. So when the parts come, we won't be far away from our first ride, will we? Okay. We can put the cover on here. Then we need to install all this stuff. I'm going to keep the old one, and I'm going to tighten this one down and see if it gets nice and flat. If I can even get it on there. Get some big pump pliers to squeeze these while I put this down. All right, let me take the head. Down. Now let me go find the head nuts and washers. They're right here. It still needs the piston and stuff installed, so. Okay. What do we got? A flat and a lock for each one? I think so. Something that'll fit in there, it will. Alright, put it on the screwdriver blade and let it slide down over the bolt stud that comes up. That works sometimes. You aren't too shaky like I am. Then we've only got 3 lock washers, so we'll have to find some more of those. One more of those. I do have all 4 nuts. All the washers that I have are on. Let me see if I can find one more lock washer down here, or I'm going to have to go up and get it someplace else. All right, one more lock washer. Right down. And then the 4 nuts. Sounds like a vocal group, doesn't it? I got the perfect solution. We'll put it on there. Put a little grease inside of it. Stick a nut down in there. Grease holds it in place. There. Where's my holder for my...
Wow. There we go. Let's take a 14 deep. Just kind of snug these up. Let me get this thing resituated here.
Alrighty, that part's done. We got most of that on. And here's the difficult part. These are all the pieces for the high-low area. So we'll work on putting that in this afternoon. And until then, I'm going to take a little time off. And I gotta run to the store and pick up some groceries. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's the old guy Jack again. Hey, today we're gonna try to put the last piece on this Kawasaki G4TR engine that we can put on until we get the new piston from Singapore. So I got everything here. Got a diagram. Got a bunch of parts. And I looked at the primary sprocket here, and I was a little concerned that this doesn't look quite right. Looks like it's worn down pretty much. But then I went and got a picture of a new old stock one, and those things are supposed to be pointed. This is worn a little bit, but I think it's going to work just fine. And because this particular sprocket on eBay sells for $290, so we're not going to buy that. We're going to make do with this. So I'm going to get the book out, and I'm going to figure out how I start here. I think the first thing I got to put in is maybe the sprocket. I got to look in there and see. Let's see, does it go this way? I think it does. So let's put a little lubricant, because this goes on the goes into this oil seal here. Make sure it'll slide in there right. That's plenty of that stuff. When it's cold, it's... And then we just put that down in there. No. Why won't it go? Do I have to take that cover off again? Are you recording now? I think you are. Well, yes. It goes inside here. It has to, because the chain comes in here. You dumb old guy, Jack. Just making work for myself. We do it nice because we do it twice. I guess. See if we got them all. Yep. Let's take another look at that sprocket. I believe it goes this way. That ain't right. I'm thinking this collar does not belong on there. That leaves me with the problem of, where does it belong? There's that. That looks better. I'm not going to put screws in right yet. All right, I believe this one is the one that goes next, because It's got the grooves that goes into. But hey, guess what? We got to put all the ball bearings in there first. Jeez, Jack. All right. Let's put some grease in those ball bearing holes. Yuck, what a mess. All right. Then we got 8 ball bearings that got to go in there. And hopefully I got enough oil or grease on there to hold them in place. Uh-oh. I think I dropped that one. I did. Does that go in there? Yep. Well, that might be the way to do it. Okay. My fingers are too big. So, we'll put a little grease on the end of this stick. That'll kind of hold that till we get it down to the hole. Let me try that again without some. There we go. It's hard to get them out of this magnetic tray here. Uh-oh. I think that one fell out. I can't see down there where that hole is. All right, we need to lift you up a little bit here. Now that one's in. That one's in. All in there. Huh. That's why it wouldn't go back in. It doesn't belong there. Ah. Well, I I get my head right in front of the camera here. There's that one's in. And we got one more. And that one should go right there. Okay. They're in there. This gear goes on next. There's that. Then this gear goes on after that. And then these gears go this way. I think that stays out a little ways. I think the hard part about this is, nope, that and that is getting this in there. No, that wasn't hard. And it appears to be on. So we got that's too long. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. These all go in. One more. Isn't there? Must be right there. Yep. All right. This is the fill hole for this. This has its own oil supply. And it holds 100 cc's of oil. And I believe this, you fill it when you got 100 cc's, and you should be able to take that screw out and see the oil right up to the top of that, or to the bottom of it. Okay, So this engine is basically complete until I get the piston. So I'm going to set it aside and we'll put this engine on the shelf. Anyway, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.